710 ESPN Seattle presents Bob and Groz's One More Thing.
Powered by the law offices of Heidi Hunt.
Fearless Friday forecast. All right, I'm curious. How'd you do last week? I wasn't here last week. Did you do this last week?
Yeah, I went 2-2 last week, and you went 2-2 last week.
Who stood in for me? Who played me last week?
Our buddy Styles.
Oh, Jason Styles?
Yeah.
Good. He's a far better looking version of me than I could ever be.
And 500.
I'll take 500 because we're real close. Now we got a nice competition going here, and I think we're within a couple of each other, and we're hitting the midway point of the NFL season this week. And so you want to start with the NFL games?
Yeah, let's do that.
I want to start with our hometown 11.
Yeah, let's do it.
The mighty Seahawks are playing the Dallas Cowboys, and Rockstar Bob, they are 11.5-point underdogs. It's a big number in this reporter's opinion. In fact, I'll go first. I think Dallas is going to win this game, but I think 11.5 points is too many. I'll admit that I can see a couple of scenarios for this game, and certainly one of them is the Seahawks pulling off a close win. I could see Dallas, maybe blowing them out, but I really see the scenario, I think, of a game that's going to be closer. Seahawks have a legit defense. If they don't make a lot of mistakes, and by big mistakes, turnovers, which they've kind of been good about for the most part. It's the dumb things have gotten them more than anything else. Penalties, I don't think Dallas is going to go up and down the field on them. They have the confidence of winning a game back east, so I think the Cowboys are going to win, but 10 points is the most I think they can win by. So I think the Seahawks will cover the 11.5-point spread.
All right, I'm going to say they won't.
I'm going to say weird. The Seahawks fan says they won't. The Cowboy fan says they will.
I've become jaded and pessimistic.
It's a gambler. You're on your way, buddy. You are on your way.
A degenerate in the making, right here. You're watching me erode right in front of your eyes.
So you think Dallas is going to air them out?
I just get the sense that it's been a rough week out there. This is a team that they feel like they're supposed to beat. They're at home. I don't know. I feel maybe the special teams could come up with something big. Des Bryant has a big day. I don't know what it is, but I feel like it could be one-sided in favor of Dallas. I'm going to take Dallas and giving up the points.
Okay, the other game, I figured we'd just do the 5:30 game, which is a great one, maybe the best rivalry in the league right now, Pittsburgh and Baltimore. They played first week of the season. Baltimore destroyed them. I think it was 35-7. This time around, Pittsburgh's playing a whole lot better. Baltimore barely survived Arizona last week, and the Steelers at home are a 3-point favorite.
I'm going to take the Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger has been just unconscious. People haven't really talked a lot about him, but he's just kind of
He's having one of his best seasons.
Putting up crazy numbers. Their offense is definitely clicking right now. They're at home. They obviously remember what happened. They don't even need to remember that. This is a very heated rivalry. A lot of hate between these two teams. I'm actually kind of surprised, based on the way Joe Flacco's been playing, that the spread is that small. So I will definitely take the Steelers.
It was interesting last week, even though, they were way behind that Arizona game. Flacco did throw for 366 yards. But, you're looking at a team that 2 weeks ago beaten, was it by Jacksonville? And then barely, looking like they're going to lose to Arizona before pulling something together in the fourth quarter. And it didn't feel like after that game that's one of those things where, wow, they get a bounce from it. Hey, we made a comeback. We pulled that one out of the fire. We're squared away.
You felt bad about that win.
Yeah. You kind of did. You don't get a sense that they've squared away at all. So I'm in agreement with you. I think Pittsburgh wins. I think they win it easily, more than 3 points, and get their measure of revenge. All right, last game at Husky Stadium for a while, and it's the hated invaders from the South, those damn quackers from Oregon, coming in blazing, as they have been for the past couple of years. 7 straight wins after losing the number 1 LSU at the start of the year. Oregon is a 16.5-point favorite, and they have been all week long.
Had we not seen what we saw in that game against Stanford, I'd say this is way too big, this spread, because I thought the Huskies' defense, while not being great, was enough to keep them in a game, and the offense has been very good for this team this year. And we talked about it all day today on the show, that there's just so many things that have to fall the Huskies' way, it feels like, for them to have a shot in this. And that's keeping the offense of the Ducks on the sidelines. Long, sustained drives. Chris Polk's got to be huge. Maybe you come up with some turnovers. It's just so many things you've got to win, the little battles that take place, that as big as that spread sounds, I'm going to have to take the Ducks.
Yeah, it's not big enough, I don't think. And I think it comes down to the fact that Washington defensively, I don't feel like they have a chance in this game, and I'm basing it on the two real quality opponents that they played this year that we'd agree on, Stanford and Nebraska. In both cases, 51 points to Nebraska, 65 points to Stanford. The worst rushing defensive performance in Washington history, for crying out loud. Oregon, not the same kind of team in terms of power, but Michael James, I think, is playing. They've got depth, even at quarterback, and I know Darren Thomas is playing, even though some folks feel his backup should be playing. I just can't see Washington stopping them. I can't see it. In fact, I'll go so far as to give you a score. I think they lose. I think they score a lot. I think they're legitimate on offense, but 59-35 is what I see in this game, and that's
so take the over.
Oregon covers. Oh yeah, I love the over. You gotta love the over. And finally, the real boil for you, the ones that bug you every single week, the ones that Rockstar Bob cannot pick Cougar games. Can't do it.
No ability. I don't know if I've been right on a Cougar game this year. Well, I was undefeated one week, but they may have had a bye week that week.
That might have been the bye week, actually.
I cannot figure the team out to save my life. I have no idea.
They are 8.5-point underdogs in Berkeley against California.
You go first.
I like them. I like Washington State in this game. I think they got a chance to pull off the upset. I think Cal is in a weird spot. I mean, they really have not been the team that they thought they were, and maybe kind of felt they should have been for the past couple of years. Cal's still got. It's kind of like, sadly, watching when the Huskies went down, and they still thought they were a 10-11 win club. Tedford hadn't had that kind of success in recent years, and it's a team that's faded going down the stretch. So what the hell? I'm gonna say Washington State covers, but I don't have any good logical reason for it.
I'm taking Cal.
There you go.
Gonna be wrong.